Thank you very much, Mr. Lutnick, and thank you for that heartfelt opening statement. Your background is very impressive. Not only have you led several companies which are global leaders in financial services, real estate, and brokerage, you rebuilt Cantor Fitzgerald in the wake of the unspeakable tragedy of 9/11. I appreciate your willingness now to serve your nation. Let me start with just a general question. Why do you want to be the Secretary of Commerce?
I think America is in a place to teach the world and to show the world what leadership is like, what a great economy is like, what taking care of its Americans is like. And to be part of that administration, to be part of this historic Trump administration is one of the great honors of my life. So I'm just looking forward to being a part of this administration, to playing my part in helping drive our economy's growth and driving the support and dedication to our American people.
So in your business career, you've been very successful. You made a lot of money. You have told this committee in your questionnaire that you plan to divest your business interests in accordance with federal laws and regulations to avoid any conflict of interest. Can you explain what your plan is regarding your business interests and whether you will consult with the designated agency ethics officials?
So my plan is to only serve the American people. So I will divest, meaning I will sell all of my interests, all of my business interests, all of my assets, everything. I've worked together with the Office of Government Ethics, and we've reached agreement on how to do that, and I will be divesting within 90 days upon my confirmation. So I should have no business interest, therefore no conflicts of interest. I've made the decision that I've made enough money in my life. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my family. It is now my chance to serve the American people. And so upon confirmation, my businesses will be for sale, and someone else will lead them going forward. But the Office of Government Ethics and I have reached agreement. We've signed the document. I've made it public. And going forward, I will always consult. The Commerce Department has a great ethics department. I've already met with them, and I plan to stay in close contact with them and avoid all conflicts so I can just serve America.
Thank you for that. Let's move to one of the important responsibilities you'll have as Secretary of Commerce. The National Telecommunication and Information Administration, NTIA, is the lead agency for managing federal government spectrum, including critical mid-band spectrum. Over the past several years, Majority Leader Thune, Senator Blackburn, and I have all worked closely on a bill that would require NTIA to identify federal spectrum that can be more efficiently used, freeing up some of that spectrum for commercial users, to dominate in next-generation wireless technologies, 5G and 6G, to stay ahead of our adversaries, and to advance strong economic growth. The U.S. must create a pipeline to expand commercial access to mid-band spectrum. Will you commit to working closely with myself, other members of this committee, on solutions that will expand commercial sector access to this key spectrum while at the same time protecting U.S. national security interests?
You got to ask me a tougher question than that. Absolutely, yes.
So tell this committee in your judgment. All right, let's try not a tougher one, but a natural follow-up. Why is freeing up more commercial spectrum important? Why should the American people care that we get this accomplished?
So we start by the NTIA is sort of the coordinator and the advisor to the administration on spectrum. There's enormous amounts of spectrum held by the Department of Defense, right? And for our country to really reach the scale that it can be, for it to be successful, we need to be the leader in the world of 5G and 6G. So we've got to work closely with the Department of Defense. As you said, we've got to make sure, of course, to protect ourselves. But with all due respect, if I'm going to be your Secretary of Commerce, I kind of lean towards commerce. So I'd like to try to help us drive some of that spectrum towards our businesses to free us to be the leader in spectrum in the world.
Well, thank you. I look forward to working with you on that. Let's turn to NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Last year, an activist judge in Maryland vacated NOAA's existing biological opinion for the then Gulf of Mexico. I would note that President Trump has renamed the Gulf. I have to say I'm partial to calling it the Gulf of Texas, but everyone can have their own opinion on that matter. NOAA must now file a new biological opinion on offshore work in the Gulf by May 21st. NOAA is notoriously slow-moving on these biological opinions. And if it fails to get this one done on time, it could shut down oil and gas operations in the Gulf. Can you commit to hold NOAA's feet to the fire to make sure that it meets the May 21st deadline for reissuing this biological opinion?
I will work hard to make sure they meet that deadline, and we do our job on time, rigorously, and thoughtfully, and we will, if I have anything to do with it, get it in.
And can you further commit that you will do everything to ensure that NOAA does not actively hamper energy production in the Gulf, such as by implementing unverified and unsafe vessel speed restrictions?
I can commit to that. I don't understand. I will study, of course, the work of NOAA, but the speed restrictions seem illogical to our fishermen and to our businesses, so they need to be studied, but you have to take care of Americans as well. That's sort of, how about we put that at the top of the list? Let's take care of Americans.
Thank you.